we are close to 204. Thank you for being here today. In this presentation, we would like to talk about food delivery. Now, let's begin.
Today, food delivery are widely used, such as Foodpanda, Uber Eats, and Inline. Especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, most people couldn't go out to buy meals. So, more and more people began using the delivery apps to deal with the problem of eating.
However, everything has its upside and downside. Food delivery is no exception. Let's talk about the advantage about food delivery apps. One awesome advantage about food delivery is convenience. You don't even have to get dressed or leave your house.
Another cool thing is you have plenty of choices. There are so many restaurants to pick from. You can try different food all over the world even without leaving your neighborhood. It's like going on a food adventure every time you order.
And guess what? You can even check your food as it comes to you. It's just like playing the game. You can watch on your phone and see what time it will come in. It's so exciting to see your food coming closer and closer.
But there are some not so good things about food delivery too. Sometimes it charges extra money. You have to pay on the food and pay a little more for the delivery too. It's like paying a ticket to your food house.
Also, sometimes the food doesn't taste as good when it gets to you. It might get squished or cold on its way over. Nobody likes cold fries, right? It's not as tasty as when you eat it right away in the restaurant. So, food delivery is so attractive and convenient, but it also has some bad parts.
It's important to enjoy sometimes, but also remember to cook and eat out with the people we love. That way, we can have the best of both worlds, yummy food and good times together.
Food delivery have grown more in Taiwan because of the discount and cheaper delivery fees.
In 2021, 72% of people in Taiwan said they have used delivery services before. Studies show that girls have a higher interest rate at 81% compared to boys at 76%.
Among all age groups, the highest interest comes from people aged 18 to 25, with 89% saying they would like to use food delivery services. Next, come to 26 to 35 age groups, with 85% interested.
Also, some delivery companies offer special deals for members. About 40% of people aged 26 to 35, 46 to 55 have been signed up for this membership. Without a doubt, food delivery has been exceptionally all over the world.
There are not just Foodpanda, Uber Eats, and Inline, but also many easy-to-use platforms from other countries. Besides food delivery, they expand their services. It can value necessities, buying help, and personalization. It's made food delivery have more competitive. Thank you for listening.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are 205. My name is Yuli.
My name is Wayne.
Today, our topic is the impact of the internet on adolescents. First, let's talk about the time that's spent on the web. On average, every teenager spends about 4.6 hours on the internet every day. And this is the chart. And as we can see, the time lapse teenagers use on internet have more and more before. Next is our average time that we spend on the internet. And our example is Instagram. On the left is my screen time lapse I use on this social media. And on the right is for the impact on adolescents. It's a mixed bag because in this can bring positive and negative emotions. For example, sharing reels like some short video on Instagram and YouTube and chatting on the social media with our friends can enhance our relationship. But some teenagers would compare with their friends or another students, so it may cause their jealousy or envy.
Now let's talk about school. If we consistently go to screen, it definitely affects our focus. Trying to engage in class while our phone keeps buzzing with messages won't help us perform well in exams. Interpersonal relationship, and don't even get me started on the impact of the internet on our real social life. Spending more time chatting with online friends than interacting with real-life people can lead to serious feeling of isolation. And before we knew it, we must become more and more withdrawn. But there's hope, method, and experience. We reduce our dependence on the internet by shifting the focus on other activities like reading, exercising, and baking. Just finding other activities to occupy our time instead of starting at phone all day. And our experience, we also conduct a one-week experience on this. We put our phone into a jail. During the school hour, we avoid using our phone, apart from lunchtime and break. And after school and during vacation, we focus on reading out of school books and other activities. And it also made us study harder than before because of phone use less.
And as a result, after a week, we can see that the time that we spend on Instagram has less than before. And I use for 8 minutes, when use for 36 minutes. And in the time that we don't use our phone, we can do a lot of things that we don't do normally, like reading poems or baking cookies. And it's also proves that using internet can indeed us use the time to do something more meaningful. And that's all for our presentation.
Thanks for listening.
Hey, what are you guys singing?
This is a song sung by African Americans who long for true freedom.
Roll, children, roll. Roll, children, roll. Hey, stop. Wait a minute. Hello, we are class 206. Today, we are going to talk about slave. Do you guys really know what is slave? We are going to introduce about 3 types of slave, and the love slave will be our main focus.
The purpose of this International Day for Remembrance of the Slave Trade and its abolition is to remind everyone in the world of the tragedy that was caused by the slavery. Let us remind you of his heroic lesson. And the ethics linked to this topic is no poverty and zero hunger. We observe that nowadays the society is developing rapidly, but the slaves still exist today, whether in underdeveloped countries or advanced countries. In addition, in our daily life, we also find that there are many slaves around us.
Is that iPhone?
Yes.
Let me tell you a story. In Congo, there are a lot of minerals and cheap labors which cause iPhone to exploit the labor and make a lot of money. After I talk so much, does anyone know other types of slaves? Okay, Candy first and Hannah next. Candy, what kind of slavery do you know?
I know parental slavery.
Can you explain what is parental slavery?
Okay. First, parents give us life, but can they control every decision we make? Many parents help their children plan everything. If you just obey them, you will become your parents' slave. Most parents insist that their children should do what they tell them, because they want their children not to make the same mistakes again and have a better life in the future. So you will listen to them without hesitation. However, it is not a good choice to do this.
Wow, it's a nice example. Now it's Hannah's turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. First, does anyone here have a partner? Be careful, you may become a love slave. In this increasingly open society, love has become relatively free. So, what exactly is a love slave? In a relationship, a person who always listens and blindly follows whatever his or her partner says and does. Everything you said is right, and always suppresses himself to accommodate the other half.
Well, I think it's not important. I listen to you all.
Therefore, he may have a bad mentality. More seriously, he feels more and more inferior. Now, everyone knows what it is to be a love slave. When two people fall in love, they should give equally. If they give unilaterally or conditionally, they are veritable love slaves.
After listening to the above, does anyone feel that you are a love slave?
Me.
To avoid being a person like Bruce, we have two solutions. First, find your life goal and make it become the center of your life, rather than your boyfriend or girlfriend. Second, if you find that your friends are love slaves, please help them to become individual.
On the other hand, broad slavery is much closer to our life. As a student, we should notice not to blindly follow other people's ideas and instructions. If we could all be our own masters instead of being the slaves of others, we would live in a better life.
In the end, narrow slavery is still an imperative issue in our life. So the world and the organizations have to work together to avoid this getting more and more serious.
In the end, we have a word for you. Never allow your loyalty to become slavery. You only live once. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for listening.
Do most people have certain understanding of zero hunger? Or do they know it, but don't take it seriously? Hello everyone, we are class 207. My name is Henry.
And my name is Lelio.
I'm Rob.
I'm Marian. I'm Wendy.
I'm Anna. Today our topic is about the second goal in the SDGs. Zero hunger. This is our table of contents. Now let's start from a short story.
This burger tastes so good, so juicy. But I'm so full, I don't think I can finish this one. Maybe I can throw it away.
Wait, please give me that food. I'm so hungry. I've been looking so long. I want to eat that, please.
You go away, you poor thing. I'm not throwing it away anyway.
No.
According to the active in the slide now you can see, it's a common situation I think most of the guys have seen before. As you can see, Henry represents those wealthy people who never worry about where their next meal is, and Fabio is the poor one who has no food to eat. So Wendy, could you tell us what are the targets of zero hunger?
Sure. There are 3 goals. First is to end hunger and achieve food security and improve nutrition. Next is to promote sustainable agriculture. And the reason why we choose this topic is because we are thankful to live in a country where most people have no issues of hunger. Lots of countries, especially in Africa and Southeast Asia, are facing this severe crisis. So understanding others' difficulties and helping them is too important to ignore.
Now, let's take a look at this picture. What do you think is a bird or a girl? Right. There's a vulture waiting to eat the girl who is about to starve to death. Maybe you think that picture is shocking, but there's an even more horrible fact. This kind of situations often occurs in some poor areas.
So Rob, we've talked so much about zero hunger, but we only mentioned about the current situation of hunger problems and what happens to those who starve to death. I also want to know if there are some organizations are working on helping those who have the problems with hunger, and do you have any suggestions for the students like us to do to help things better?
Yes. One of the organizations I know is a non-governmental organization in the United States called Bread for the World. Their goal is to advocate for policy changes to end hunger. They use their collective strength to minimize the disaster caused by this problem and bring these issues to the government's attention. Letting people be aware of these issues is undoubtedly necessary. So Leo, do you know any activity that the Taiwanese government is implementing?
I know an organization does stuff to help it better. The World Vision Organization covers 30 hours family events to the issue.
Oh, I know. I think we can call our classmates, friends, family members to join in this activity and put aside our own basic needs to build a spiritual life of children through this chance.
Definitely. I know the slogan of the organization is Strike Out Hunger. Behind the truth is there are a group of children struggling to survive. We need to do our best to save them. By attending this activity, it can make more people aware of the issue. Sounds fair, right?
Yes! Oh, by the way, I think students like us can donate money that's affordable to the organizations or stop wasting food to help things get better.
In the end, we hope that everyone can start to notice how much food we can eat and realize that our waste of food does enable many starving people to eat. What we can do is order the proper amount of food and tell the people around us to do so as well.
This is the equivalent to a saying, saving food
is saving lives.
We can do our best to save more food and more people's lives. Thank you, everyone.
Hello everyone, we are Potato. I'm Michael.
I'm Sandy. I'm Ellen.
And today we're going to introduce how to avoid becoming a couch potato. Okay, you must be wondering, why should we trust you, Michael? You don't even look like a couch potato. I've said you look handsome, radiant, confident. Well, I'm gonna say I was a couch potato. See, look how fat I was. High body fat made me easily feel lethargic and dizzy all day long. According to a study, 8 out of 10 causes of death in Taiwan are related to obesity. Besides, obesity may also make rescue operations become tough. This is Georgia Davis. She's a 22-year-old woman who is known as the fattest woman in the UK. Her body weight reached an incredible 840 pounds. She eats over 13,000 calories a day. To give you an idea, that's like almost 27 Big Macs a day. Crazy, right? One day, her body just couldn't take it anymore and collapsed. The rescue team had to send 2 cranes, 7 police cars, 2 fire engines, and 11 medics. I just can't imagine ending up in the same situation as her. 100%, this is not the life I want. Does anybody want to be like her? No, I don't want either. Therefore, I was determined to stop being a couch potato and say goodbye to a lazy and quirky me. Look, I'm totally different now. This is all thanks to my best friends, Cindy and Emily. They told me some little secrets about changing my lifestyle habits, and now they're gonna tell you too.
Hello, we are Michael's professional makeover team. So far, you must be very curious about how Michael has changed so much, right?
And if you don't want to become Georgia the second, then listen carefully because we will never say twice.
Before making a change, it's essential to understand why we become overweight. Hey Michael, I bought some fried chicken. Do you want some?
Sure, although I just have 2 lunch boxes, but I'm still really hungry.
According to the studies, 25% of people cannot overcome appetite influence.
Hey Michael, what's your favorite food?
Of course, it's fried chicken with a can of Coca-Cola.
As you can see, 25% of people are prefer to have unhealthy food with high fat and sugar.
Hey Michael, do you want to go running with me?
Nah, that's too exhausting.
And about 22% of people unlike doing exercise and are very lazy. To solve these problems, we come up with a few solutions.
First of all, let's see how we overcome our desire for eating. Small frequent meals are highly suggestive as they can keep your appetite in check.
And then say no to fast food or any greasy food. Although they are microcalories, they can keep you full for long and are very high in calories, making it hard to stop once you start eating them.
On the other hand, say yes to high protein foods like milk, fish, or eggs. And say yes to high fiber foods like pumpkin, carrots, and apples. They can keep you full and help build muscle. Also, drinking plenty of pure water, not the drinks like cola or bubble tea, is very important. It can not only improve your skin, but also boost your metabolism. Apart from 1-6-8 fasting, the protein diet has gained a lot of attention recently. Instead of starving or even counting calories, all we need to do is to increase the protein-rich food in our daily meals by 25% to 30%. In this way, carbohydrate and fat will be consumed less.
Lastly, making exercise a habit is very important. We can start with just taking a walk maybe with your pet or friend. One step at one time is the key to sticking with it.
And then we can follow the WHO's 5-3-3 exercise principle, which means exercising 5 times a week for 30 minutes each session with a heart rate of 130 beats per minute.
And then I would like to recommend you guys a good app called MyFitnessPal. It can help you with tracking, goal setting, and food diary. With the help of this app, you can stop being a couch potato and a bad guy.
Every man is his worst enemy. You can only make a change if you are truly determined.
And let's take a look at Michael's plan and see how he made it. And about diet, we made a weekly meal plan for Michael and report his calorie intake. As you can see, Michael is eating high protein and high fiber food and drink plenty of waters. And about exercise aspect, you can see Michael doing a 1 hour jog and 30 push-ups every day. And this is his heart rate after exercising. It's reached to 131 BPM.
George Eliot once said, it is never too late to be what you might have been, which gives me motivation to keep going every time I'm about to give up. Making a change is definitely not easy, but if I can do it, so you can. Just start by developing some small daily habits, believe yourself and keep grinding. You'll become a better person. We are potato. Say no to potato. Thank you everyone.
Hello everyone, we are
Q7.
I'm
I'm Ian.
I'm Ken. And Roger.
I'm Wendy.
Our topic is
Don't bring to wrestling.
Awaken the dormant thoughts. Before I start, please let me ask you a question. How often do you check on the air quality?
I don't think I do.
Then you need to listen carefully because a research from the New England Journal of Medicine told us that an increase of 10 micrometer of PM 2.5 is associated with a 0.68% of mortality. And I just checked, Nanny's average of PM 2.5 is about 13. That means that we are all exposed in about 1% of death possibilities.
Let me tell you about my story. One day after I returned home, I got discomfort in my nose. I couldn't help but pick my nose. Guess what? I was found my wheel was all red inside. Oh my god, how dirty the air might be. Therefore, we want to raise people's awareness of the worsening air pollution. Giving them a warning on our polluted environment like this.
According to the 2022 World Air Quality Report, only 6 countries on its list. World Health Organization normalized for PM2.5. Sadly, Taiwan is among them. Even though the graph shows a decrease in pollutant levels, there is no denying that we're always going to harmful particles every day.
There are many kinds of air pollution, with traffic pollution being the largest, and it's also the easy part for us to make a change.
Of course, we notice that people may show their temporary concern about air pollution because of big disasters, such as the fire at Meg and the Cocoa Warehouse in 2023. However, air pollution isn't just limited to those incidents.
So, to raise awareness about air pollution and also take care about ourselves, we started to put our worries into action by hanging flags on campus to see if students would start to care about air pollution. And off campus, we also started a podcast, and this is part of the podcast. Next, we also started a survey to look at students, what students think about our project.
First question. Have you noticed the air quality flag hanging in school? 60% replied that they noticed our air quality flag. Second question. Do you care about the color of air quality that is hung that day? Among those who saw air quality flags, they care about the color display. Third question. Will air quality flag make you concerned about air pollution?
As high as 80% are concerned about air pollution because of our reminder. But still, 10% feel indifferent.
And last question. What do you think are ways to improve air quality in life? This is a short answer question. There are 4 ways. 1. Buy product with a low carbon footprint. Nowadays, a lot of countries have their own carbon level on product. This is Taiwan's carbon level, and this is Korea's. 2. Take public transportation like bus or train. Instead of asking parents to drive us to school, why not just take a bus or train? 3. Use eco-friendly tableware. Hey everyone, if you usually use eco-friendly tableware, please raise your hand. Ooh. Okay, good. Please put your hand down. Rather than use single-use tableware, why not we can use our own? For example, we usually carry our Tupperware with us. 4. Save energy. Before you leave home or classroom, remember, make sure to unplug everything and turn off the lights.
Last, we successfully awakened some people's dormant thoughts about air pollution. And I found out that as long as I make up my mind, I can really make a change.
I think this is a good project and that we can make a change for road.
I hope that I will not put my nose and find a finger was open.
I'm happy with doing something meaningful in my life.
Gandhi once says, be the change.
You wish to see in the world.
So let us
go bring to Brisbane. Thank you, everyone.
The rich are enjoying their cake and coffee.
How did you do? Oh, I just pulled some cake.
Oh, really? Let me have a taste.
Yuck! How? Maybe we should try a coffee. Oh, bad! Oh,
Have you ever heard about food shortage? Good morning, everyone. We are 209. My name is Tina, and she's Jamie. Here's Raymond, she's Kathy. And today we're going to talk about food shortage. This is our content slide. According to UN, the number of hunger around the world is still growing. Global governments have paid more attention to this problem and toward raising awareness of these people who are suffering from famine. The main purposes of World Food Day can consist of 4 measures. First, promoting global awareness of hunger population and including world attention to food and agriculture development. Second, taking action for those who suffer from hunger. Third, highlighting the need to ensure healthy diets for all. Fourth, improving the global food supply chain, and this National Day can connect with SDG 1, 2, and 17.
There are 2 reasons why we chose World Food Day. First, UN news show that more than 800 million people are starving. Moreover, we found that 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted every year. Second, in our daily lives, we often found lots of wasted food. Overall, we wonder whether this food will be a treasure for those countries which are in poverty. Through exploring the importance of food and water sources, we can have a bright and hopeful future.
To start with, the food supply chain definition refers to the stages of production that food items pass through before they reach the consumer. In terms of the global food supply chain, it starts with their raw materials or their components in order to produce the finished product. To put it simply, it starts with fresh fruits, meat, or rice, finished with the consumption. Unfortunately, if any waste is generated during this process, it is then disposed of. For instance, because of the Russia-Ukraine war, the Ukrainian crops has sharply declined. Worse still, it caused a significant effect on the global food supply chain. However, World Vision has held 30-hour famine since 1971. The goal of this event is to help people around the world who are suffering from natural disasters, food shortages, or wars. On the other hand, as a senior high school student, what can we do in this activity?
Just experience 30 hours without eating any food or non-required to foundations. The donation fee will be donated to open the nutrition meals for those people who are starving. To put it simply, as a senior high school student, through experience 30 hours of hunger, we can not only learn more about the global population affected by famines, but also emphasize with them. There are 4 international collaboration solutions that can solve the problem of hunger. First, establishing some food banks that can solve the problem of food shortage. Donating money to foundations that can help them. Eliminating tariffs to lower the price of imported food. For donating food to food banks, they can decrease the level of hunger.
In conclusion, wars will lead to a sharp decline of crops and have a significant effect on the global food supply chain. It is not only government agencies that have the responsibility to ensure food security, but we all have a role to play, including us students. No food, no life, we can't survive. Thanks for listening.
Hello everyone, we are
New Jakarta.
I'm Emma.
I'm Mimi.
I'm Ryan.
I'm JP.
Today we are going to discuss the children's sexual exploitation. Our presentation divides into 3 parts. The first part is addressing sexual exploitation. The second part is presenting real-world cases. The last part is discussing present of the method. Our action was motivated by the event in 2023 when the Taiwanese police revealed that they had experienced sexual harassment at work, but did not receive proper handling. Some of these events even involved the violation of minor sexual rights. Also, high school students started comprehending the existence of predators among girls.
Next is the introduction to sexual exploitation. Sexual exploitation is social issues that involve the use of sex as a tool for exerting power and control over others. Sexual exploitation frequently captures vulnerable groups, especially women and children. Inflicting severe physical and emotional harm on them. So how does Taiwanese law protect children and adolescents? Taiwan enacted the Child and Juvenile Sexual Exploitation Prevention Ordinance in 1995 with the aim of safeguarding the sexual autonomy of minors and ensuring that they receive adequate protection and care within society.
Next is the social case performed our reflection. In 2023, numerous victims came forward to report the harm caused by Huang Zijiao. Afterward, he also recorded a video acknowledging his mistake. After being named as the defendant, an investigation was initiated. The truth was the hard drive seized from him from hundreds of sex videos, including 7 videos of underage sex. He admitted that he purchased the video from the secret criminal website, Creative Private Group. The website where he purchased the video is still in operation, and indicating that there are still many similar incidents concealed in life. Next is the impact of sexual exploitation on victims. Firstly, because the victim is a minor and the body has not yet fully developed, the fear to speak their experience could result in social attrition and physical harm. This ultimately leads to huge stress and might develop measures disorders, such as turning to drastic measures.
Next is the prevention. First, do not post or send personal information and privacy on the internet. Second, do not be alone with friends when you meet online. Be sure to have a trusted adult accompany you in public locations during daylight hours. If you unfortunately become a victim, first, remain calm. Second, protect yourself. Third, call for help loudly. Fourth, do not wash yourself. Fifth, report to the police. Sixth, seek medical attention at hospital for injury examination. And the most important thing is to keep in mind the characteristics of the attacker.
Charge shows that kidnapping or lying are the main reason of children's sexual exploitation. Money means are the most common reason, and curiosity or other reasons that are the worst.
Next is our conclusion. To avoid becoming a victim, you can do the following two things. The first is never embrace silence. Firmly say no and seek help from teachers or elders. And also don't take or give private photos.
Our lesson is our bodies, ourselves.
Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, we are from class 11. Okay, today we are going to talk about pedophilia and pedophilic disorder.
Months ago, there was a shocking news released in Taiwan.
It was about a famous entertainer named Huang Zijiao. This news made the public angry and reflected on it.
Today, let us learn more about what people are talking about, pedophilic disorder.
When we talk about pedophilia or pedophilic disorder, we might come up with strange sexual behaviors, mental health, and the attachment to children.
However, these words we associate immediately do not represent the pedophilic disorder.
In fact, pedophilia and pedophilic disorder is different.
Pedophilia is a kind of individual sexual preference.
And pedophilic disorder is a kind of mental disorder.
Okay, now here is the question. Do you know what may cause people suffering from pedophilic disorder?
Of course I know. Some studies show that childhood trauma, brain injuries, or hormones may cause the pedophilic disorder.
Okay, and how do we detect the potential patient around us?
The most classic case is the patient will interact with kids frequently with strong fantasy and impulse of sex for more than 6 months.
In addition, they may also feel under a lot of stress or no longer interact well with their work, families, and friends.
Moreover, their behavior will follow his or her sexual impulse, which may break the law of society.
This patient may cause the public in a panic or attract serious attention.
Therefore, how to treat patients and protect ourselves or our children has become an important issue.
In medical, cognitive behavioral therapy and medication therapy are often used together to reduce the patient's sexual urges and decrease the likelihood of doing impulsive actions.
However, what is cognitive behavioral therapy?
It is a form of therapy that is primarily used to treat depression and anxiety disorders by having a conversation with the patient.
This is the most commonly used treatment that doctor can diagnose the patient's symptoms during the therapeutic process.
After we know the information about pedophilic disorder, how do we protect ourselves and children from them?
Since children have less ability and less knowledge of protecting themselves, it is never overreacting when it is an event that is related to children.
For the parents and children, they need to know more about pedophilic disorder.
Parents should remind their children to stay away from strangers and avoid them to stay far off places.
And for the public, they need to know more about pedophilic disorder in order to prevent tragedy.
In conclusion, pedophilic disorder is a complex and sensitive issue that requires more understanding and legal measures to protect victims.
can prevent the tragic things from happening.
The darkness is always there, hiding, waiting, and it won't disappear unless someone brings it into the light.
Only when we understand what we are up against can we fight it.
We are from class 11. Thanks for listening.
Hello everyone, I'm Yvonne.
I'm Yumi.
I'm Asma. I'm Judy. Today we are going to talk about the causes of Taiwan ecosystem imbalance and the crisis it will face. And this talk is divided into three main parts. Firstly, we are going to introduce the causes of habitat, environmental destruction, and the impact on the environment in Taiwan. And second, we will explain the reasons for the appearance of invasive species. And lastly, we are going to conclude the two parts and what are the impacts on the environment. And our motivation is the reason why we want to talk about the impact on the environment. The reason is that we are interested in the ecological environment in Taiwan, and we are curious about what kind of action will affect it. And another reason is we love our beautiful homeland. And our purpose is that we want to explore the causes of the imbalance of ecosystems and how to improve the problem of environmental pollution with our own actions.
This is our main idea one. In recent years, due to economic development, people have neglected environmental conservation in pursuit of profits. Excessive and inappropriate exploitation leads to the destruction and pollution of animals' habitat, resulting in an ecological crisis. Although there are laws regulating development, there are still many people who ignore the laws and continue to exploit, causing wild animals to lose their homes and be on the verge of extinction.
And this is our main idea too. In recent years, although Taiwan has an legislation not to introduce alien species, and there are also examples of the harm caused by alien organisms, there are still some unscrupulous people who smuggle it into Taiwan for sale. In addition, the introduction of alien species may lead to the destruction of Taiwan's ecological balance. Even worse, if human contact with alien species, it may lead to the occurrence of poisonous reactions.
Because of the above two reasons, animals' habitats are seriously damaged and biodiversity is also reduced, which has a catastrophic impact on the ecological environment, and ultimately has an impact on the living environment of human beings. Taiwan has a good ecological environment and biodiversity. We should protect these resources and advocate the importance of environmental conservation to the public and start from ourselves.
We hope that the public could take action to reduce the release of alien species in animal habitats in Taiwan. We also call on the manufacturer to refrain from over-exploiting them for commercial use, as this may lead to animals losing their home and being unable to survive. Thank you.
All right, pleasant afternoon, everyone. So, moment of truth.
but I'll be giving an overall comments and suggestions for the students or for our presenters today. So first, I'd like to congratulate everyone who presented today, and you actually deserve a round of applause. I know that you did your best, and we felt it earlier. And first, I'd like to go with the good points. So I'd like to commend you for making sure that you presented yourselves well in front of the audience and your classmates and your friends. I know it wasn't easy. So the good points were you really connected with your audience. I like that you used eye contact, body movements, and hand gestures. Those were very important things when you present in front, right? You have to make yourselves comfortable, and you also make sure that your audience is comfortable listening to you as presenters. So it can also lessen your nerves or you feeling nervous in front of your audience. And then you also try to be very creative. So most of you did skits and like short skits or drama, so it was a good point for you. It's not just you talking and making boring speeches or saying some words, and you also made sure that you use data or information, something that everyone can relate or something that's relatable, right? So that's a good one, and I commend you for that. The third one would be your rate of speech or your pacing. So it is important that even though we're nervous, even though we're trying to compose ourselves or piece ourselves together, we have to make sure that we speak like enough for our audience to understand. I know that some words were a little bit difficult to pronounce or to say, but you have to make sure that you pronounce them well and you say it a little bit slower so that we can understand them. And I know that you did your best in doing so. And maybe for the area for improvement or something that you could have done better would be your pauses. And I know that some lines are really important and you have to say them, but you forgot them, you lost your train of thought, but that's okay. It's normal. Everyone actually experience losing their train of thought. You just have to make sure that you continue. You just want to be natural when you're speaking in front of your audience. Make them sure and make them feel that you're there to share something very important. And I know that you could do better, and next time you'll be better compared to your previous performances. Again, congratulations. That's about it.
Thank you for suggestions and praises and encouragements from Jay. And then, our second judge, let's welcome Marcy.
Hi guys. I think for 5 of the classes, I might sound like a broken record because you've had class with me this entire semester, okay? So I think I'm going to skip class 204, 206, 207, 209, and 212, okay? Because I think you guys have heard everything from me already, right? But maybe the only thing that I'll say to you today is well done, okay? I'm extremely proud of you. I know how difficult it was from the beginning, and I know at some point you were like, why do we have to do this? We don't even like English, okay? So I know that it was quite challenging, and like some of the class, I think I would say maybe just 2 classes where we had like a bit of like a back and forth with the topics, and you didn't like some of the suggestions, but you did try to consider some of the suggestions from your teachers, so that was really impressive. I was really, really impressed by the final presentations from all of you, right? So that was really, really amazing, okay? And then going to class 208, okay, because that's one of the classes that I don't teach. So where's 208? The first group. Go green to green team,
Okay, right, so I wrote some comments for you guys, especially because that's one of the classes that I didn't teach this semester. So I really liked the design of your PowerPoint, so it was well designed, and the diagrams that you chose to use as well, they were clear to understand, which is very important when you are having diagrams on the PowerPoint. They have to be very clear. When the audience looks at them, immediately they need to know what is the main point, okay? And then you also used some local examples, like the slide where you were talking about temporary concerns. It was local examples, which was some things that we could all relate to because maybe we've read about it in the news or like we saw it somewhere, so that was really good, okay? And also a pretty interesting topic, and I like the fact that you conducted a survey on campus, right? So that was really good. And I thought it was funny that you actually had the tableware in your pocket, okay? Right? Maybe like another group, they could have just chosen to just put the pictures and leave it like that, but you had the tableware inside your pockets, and that made us laugh a bit, okay? And then you also played the podcast, and you were able to, even though like the sound wasn't that clear, right, and maybe it was in Chinese, but it was pretty good that you also like went all the way out to even have the podcast, so that was very good, okay? And then the opening story about the booger, okay, that was also quite funny, right? Unfortunately, I think he was the first speaker, he forgot his lines, but he tried to compose himself and like tried to remind himself, and then he continued. So well done, you guys did very well, okay? And then going to class 210, where's class 210? 210, okay, right, okay, so you guys also used the recent case, right, which is a local one, like the one was from last year, I think about like the police, right, and then the one, I do not like Huang Zijiao, okay. I don't like him at all, right? And every time I hear his name, it makes me angry. Okay? But yeah, like I appreciate the fact that you guys wanted to, you know, like raise awareness about some of the things that he did, as well as like other people. And I think like in as much as maybe like he targeted people that were younger than you guys, but it still raises awareness, and we can all know about what is happening or what has happened. Okay? And your PowerPoint was clear and easy to understand. And I like the fact that you only stuck to 3 colors on your PowerPoint: the black, red, and white. Okay, so that was really good. Okay, and then the one suggestion was maybe the diagram. So you had a bar graph, and I felt like maybe that could have been a little bit bigger, and maybe you could have just the title, right, on top of it, write it in English as well, because the title for that bar graph was in Chinese. Okay, so maybe next time you can just add English as well. Okay, but other than that, I think that was really good. Right, and then go a little bit quicker. Going to class 211, okay, pedophilia and pedophilic disorder, right? So for me, that was very informative. Okay, I had no idea like about some of the. You guys are 211, right? Okay, so some of the things that you shared, I had never heard of them before, so I was quite interested in your presentation. And also what I really liked and what I felt like stood out, so some of the other classes, I could tell that the students were feeling nervous, so the presentations were a little bit rushed. Okay, like when they were speaking a little bit faster, but you guys were very calm. I'm a very calm person, so when other people are calm, I really like that, okay? So I really liked how you guys were all like very calm, very composed, and I was like, oh, like, they seem to be very comfortable on stage, so that was pretty good, okay? And then also you had like the papers with the labels, so it was clear for us to see that, okay, like that's the daughter, that's the mom, so every time you were talking about something, we knew what role we had on the stage, so that was really good, well done, okay? 205, okay, impact of the internet on adolescents, where are they? 205, okay, right, so they only had 2 members in their team, okay, right, which I'm sure maybe made you guys feel a lot more nervous than the other groups, right, okay, so just like maybe some suggestions, okay, so you had a really lovely PowerPoint, okay, including like your pictures, okay, so I think that's something that like stood out as well. You guys just chose to take pictures of yourselves, and that was quite creative, right? So I really like that. And then right? So you also had like really good content, so your content was good. Maybe just the two suggestions would be for Minnie, right? Okay, Minnie avoided eye contact. Okay, Minnie didn't look at the audience at all, right? So next time you can try to look at the audience in as much as you want to look at the person that you're presenting with, but you can also try to make eye contact with the audience next time, okay? Right, and then class 208, okay? The other group in class 208, that was really impressive. At first I was like, oh, like, why do we have two classes, right? Like two groups from class 208, but now I understand why. I think we would have missed out on a really good opportunity to see that PowerPoint design was really, really great, okay? And you also had really good interaction with each other. So yeah, I think like overall, everyone did like really, really good, and I'm extremely proud of you guys. Okay, well done, okay?